funny. It's funny that I picked the best times to do this kind of stuff. It's not my perps might even take it. You know how Hezbollah uh, and the Anonymous and the Taliban love to say that it was their fault every time that a terrorist attack happens. You want to know what that is? That's terrorizing too. It's a terrorizing technique. It's they're saying it was them, though they wasn't them, so that you would be terrorized. Also, do you know that there are people who commit crimes online just to get the FBI's attention? Because they've been, trying to dial their number so many times and, nobody answers them. So what they do is they commit crimes just to get somebody to knock on their door. It's funny. It's really funny. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, curious humans, conspiracy theorists, and people who clicked on this event because the title looked shiny. Welcome. And what's shinier than Area 51? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Why? Because there's nothing at Area 51. A lot of desert. hmm You guys ever seen the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? There's this place where there are like these things that come out of the ground. It's a whole bunch of sand. It's like this desert. The only thing that's there is whatever intelligent thought you have. All of a sudden, something comes and smacks you, comes out of the ground and smacks you on the face. That's what's happening to people like me. Okay, I'm telling you, writers they know things. They know things about the future. They just don't know when it's going to happen. That's actually something that people like my perps are trying to figure out how it happens. They experiment with out of body experiences and a whole bunch of things about human human thought, decision making. But the reason that they do it is so that they can control you. That's it, basically. Um, so uh, I don't want to enter the Anthony Fauci subtext because it doesn't fit any kind of bill here. But I do want to say that there are people out there trying to get the attention of some law enforcement officers in very strange ways. Okay. Um, so, to as the title says, today we're talking about Area 51. Why? Because it's Shabbat. I'm apparently not going to church, and again, and well, I deal with aliens every day. You do? Well, why don't you tell the government? Because Donald Trump is looking for them. No, he's looking for UFOs. It's not the same. Um, no, UFOs are unidentified flying objects. Unidentified flying objects, not aliens. Aliens are things that are outside of your area's understanding. What do I say? Like an alien of outside of the U.S., for example, or someone who's alien to a country is a person who's not from this country. Like alien to the U.S., they must be from I don't know, uh, Denmark. And if a person is alien from Florida, then they must be from Idaho, where they have lots of potatoes. And who doesn't like potatoes? The Irish. You have to ask them why. I hope you don't have to because that's history. It's historical, the potato famine. It wasn't that there was a famine of potatoes, it was that the only thing they had was potatoes to eat. But hey, potatoes are very, very good to eat. Um, they're very nutritious. They help with fiber. I mean, those people's colons were nice and good. Um, so we are talking about Area 51, the only place on Earth where the government says nothing, the public imagines everything, and Google Maps politely blurs out the interesting bits. You know, like in like in some movies when people are naked. Area 51 is America's cosmic mystery box, a desert flavored enigma wrapped in barbed wire and sprinkled with just enough secrecy to keep Reddit awake at night. Area 51 is the intergalactic equivalent of that drawer in your house where you put things you don't understand but might need it later. And honestly, that tracks. What's the well, let's start with the boring but true part. You know, the stuff the government has admitted. All right. So here's what we know. 4 minutes of it. Let's try it. Area 51 sits on Groom Lake, Nevada. Groom Lake. Wow. If that's not a sign. It's part of Edwards Air Force Base. It was used to test aircraft like the U 2 spy plane, the A 12 Oxcart, the F 117 stealth fighter, all of which were designed to do one thing: fly where nobody could see them and take pictures of things nobody wanted seen. During the Cold War, secrecy was survival. If the Soviets knew what the US was building, they'd build something worse. So America picked a desert, built a runway, and said, "This place doesn't exist. Please stop asking." What? But I see it. It's right there. No, no, no. This is not on the map, but it's right there. I can see it. No, you got it wrong. This is you're not seeing anything. It's right there. You're not seeing anything. And for decades, that was the official stance. Then in uh, 2013 Obama era, the CIA finally said, "Okay, fine, it exists, but that's all you're getting." Classic Area 51 energy, folks. Now we enter the fun part, the cosmic fog. Because if that wasn't foggy enough, yeah, we don't know what's currently being tested there, how deep the underground facilities go, whether the cafeteria serves alien shaped cookies, and why every photo of Area 51 looks like it was taken with a potato. Talk about potatoes, huh? The Irish. Okay, Titanic. Wow. What? You didn't know about that? Yeah. We'll talk about it later. And because humans hate blank spaces, we filled them in with alien autopsies, reverse engineered UFOs, time travel experiments, weather control machines, interdimensional portals, a 40-story underground bunker with mood lighting, which is more of the story. None of these have evidence, though, but they do have merch. Where? Oh, Etsy. Um, Definitely not at the Kennedy Space Center. Um, Inside defense circles, Area 51 is sometimes called the world's worst kept secret. Worst kept? Worst kept? Is that the joke? Disneyland for engineers. Well, there's something. Where classified projects go to retire. Now that might be true, but I'm not so sure. Pilots who act because if you go to retire there, the only reason the only thing that I could see retiring there is the cryogenic body of Disney. Walt Disney, I mean. Do you know how they said people said that Disney wasn't buried, that he was put in a cryogenic experiment because they wanted to see if they could bring him back to life in I don't know how many years. Bring a body that has been dead for what, 100 years, 60 years, 75 years. something like that. No, 50 years. Let's say 50 years. Ugh. Bring it back. Can you imagine that? Having someone frozen, like all of their body parts frozen, and then thaw that person out to a to a to a very particular point where you could revive those parts, those body parts, and potentially give this person life again. Does anybody know who the Antichrist is? Okay, let's move on. Yeah, the Antichrist dies, right? He receives a mortal wound, but he comes back to life. So, I mean, do you imagine that that person could be Disney? That's horrible. Okay, but it could be someone. It could be any person. Any person who was put on that system, cryogenic system, and they bring them back to life. I'm pretty sure that somebody could try. And with the satanic movement the way that it's going and the sort of things that we can do with AI right now. You guys seen Weekend at Bernie's? Yeah. Okay. It would be worse than that. Uh it would be something more like a zombie, like a real life zombie. um of course the Antichrist has magic, and Disney didn't have magic. The one was the magic is Mickey. By the way, I'm trying to demagicalize Mickey, but we're going to talk about that later. Because we're talking about Area 51, all these things just go. So, pilots who accidentally flew over Groom Lake were reportedly told, "Congratulations, you've seen something you'll never talk about again." I don't know if they got back from there. Engineers even joked that UFO sightings were helpful. Let the public think they saw aliens. It keeps foreign intelligence agencies confused. This is the kind of humor you develop when your job is 90% secrecy and 10% pretending you didn't see anything. Um, so that's basically what people who work in government and know a little bit about Area 51, which is probably less than 1% of the government, um, maybe zero point 0.5 or 0.2% of the government. Um, uh, so let's do a Hitchhiker's Guide style breakdown, right? And if you don't know what the Hitchhiker's Guide is, Douglas Adams wrote this book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It wasn't a guide, it was the comedic relief on, well, human social structures and how we are, um, how as humans we are engrossed with the idea of knowing the meaning of life, but we don't actually live our lives. Um, and that's kind of it. Um, this book you have to read it. I had, I may still have it. Um, the the bigger Borders books version, Borders no Barnes and Nobles version. It's a really big, beautiful book. The cover is beautiful, and this book, even the introduction, is the funniest thing you'll ever read. Douglas Adams is one of the funniest guys I've ever. You think that Jim Carrey's funny? You got something else coming. Okay. Um. So the Hitchhiker's Guide style breakdown is as follows. There are myths, right, about Area 51, right, and there are realities. So let's do a myth together. Okay. Can you think of one? Let's go ahead and think about one. You think about one in your head, and if you want to put it on the chat, that's fine. I'll come back to you later with a reality. Okay. So myth. Here's one for you. Alien spacecraft stored. Ugh, ugh, Give me just one moment. Alien spacecraft stored underground. That's a myth, right? The reality, stealth aircraft prototypes. Though to be fair, some of them did look like they were designed by someone who had never seen a plane before. I'm telling you something. It's going to get really interesting how this ends. Myth. The moon landing was actually filmed there. That's for all of you flat earthers out there. Reality? No. NASA filmed in Houston and test sites. Area 51 didn't have the right lighting. That's a joke. Because the moon landing actually happened at the moon, guys. Come on. Myth. It did. It did. We have a lot. I know. I know you guys are very are very into trying to debunk everything that the government does, but the government is not all evil. I'm not saying it's all good. Nothing is all good. We're we're halfway in hell here. How can anything be all good? Everything is all good in heaven. Don't count everything. Don't count anything as all good. You know, you cannot expect that because we live in a flawed world. We created most of the things that are on this earth, on it, not in it. Well, sometimes we were under the earth, but and yeah, in the water. But God made the earth and everything in it, and we put stuff on it. And the stuff that we put on it and that we tried to recreate from creation, that's not all good. That can never be all good because we made it. So understand that about life. Myth, oh, this is perfect. And you look at a Tesla card, you're like, reality, no. This thing has crashed so many times. I don't even know how it got, how it survived, the testing uh, period. I don't know how transportation department allowed it. Um, but there they are, still running, and some of them still run themselves. So yeah. Anyway, myth. Here's another myth: human alien hybrids. Reality, that's pure science fiction. If hybrids existed, they'd probably be better at customer service. What? What? Okay. Um, the myth: weather control weapons. Ooh, HIPAA. Is that what it's called? HIPAA. Oh, I forgot what it's called. Um, it's HIPAA, right? Weather control. Um, I'm gonna tell you. No, no, no. It's not called HIPAA. It's called HARP. That's what it's called. Um, yeah. That's it. Come on now. Um, reality. Well, HARP does exist, but the weather control weapons, no credible documentation. If the government could control weather, Florida would not be Florida. What, you don't think we'd be in this under the snow here? Come on, Disney. Area 51 became the world's imagination lab, a blank canvas for every theory that didn't fit anywhere else. And every country has its own Area 51 jokes, just so you know, there is some global humor about it. For example, in Japan, they say that Area 51 must be testing anime mechs. In the UK, they say it's the only place where tea is classified. And in Russia, our, our friends who must know a whole lot about Area 51 too, that's where Americans hide their vodka powered UFOs. Yeah, sure the Cubans love that one. Okay, Area 51 is proof that humanity can unite around one thing: curiosity with a side of comedy. Not world peace or, ending poverty, but talking about Area 51, joking about it. Oh, yeah. And even bursting into Area 51 and trying to figure out what's in there because Trump era, you know? Whistleblowers and reality check. I'm going to give you 3 minutes of this. There are people who claim to know more. There was this guy called Bob Lazar, 1989, said he worked at S4 and saw flying saucers. His story fueled decades of speculation. It's still unverified. Ooh. Edward Snowden. Anybody? Anybody? Did you know that Edward Snowden had knew something about Area 51? I didn't. Well, he says that he looked through classified archives, found no alien programs, only surveillance operations. I'd like to hear more about that, guys. Okay, other modern whistleblowers have said that they've testified about UAPs. Most reports trace back to misidentified aircraft, balloons, like the Chinese balloon we saw the other day. What was it, last year? A couple of years ago? Classified drone tests. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Area 51 is probably the hottest place on earth right now. Why? Because we are we are in the time of the drones. This is the time of the drones. And there are drones being used for surveillance for things that nobody knows. um, I can tell you more about that, but we'd have to talk about drones more in depth. Actually, I had one. I had a bit of a talk about that the other day. Maybe a few months ago, we talked about drones, um, what they were, what the laws were. It might still be around. I'm not really sure if that podcast is there. You look it up. Uh, in 2023, Biden era, the Biden, yeah, right, yeah, the Pentagon's AARO confirmed that some UFO stories were deliberately planted decades ago to disguise stealth aircraft testing. Oh, wow. So yes, there were cover-ups, but they were about technology, not tentacled visitors. Guys, which one is worse? The mythological tentacled visitor or technology lies? Technology lies about government, aliens. I'm going to go ahead and say uh, I would rather be lied to about the squids. Okay, giant squids from space. Yeah. Why the government keeps Area 51 secret? Anybody? Do you have any ideas? Like we've already discussed a whole bunch of things. Do you have any ideas? Well, here's the serious part, the part Douglas Adams would deliver with a wink. The government keeps Area 51 secret because I have to keep moving around my apartment so that I don't you know, uh, keep getting hit by my perpetrators on my computer. That's one. The government keeps Area 51 secret because advanced aircraft testing is dangerous. Foreign intelligence agencies watch everything. Nobody's going to protect the president from now on. Foreign leaks can cost lives. You can check that out at Dread Forum online. Technology needs protection. Some projects are decades ahead of public knowledge. Secrecy prevents geopolitical escalation. In other words, my ex brother in law is going to jail. um, it's not about aliens. It's about keeping humans from doing something catastrophically stupid. And honestly, fair. Now, the question everyone asks, how do we find out more about Area 51? Here's the Hitchhiker's Guide answer: don't storm it. They can stop us, all of us, and they will. Don't boycott elections. Presidents don't get access to everything. Yes, really. I'm going to tell you something. I'm pretty sure the president does know what Area 51 is.